Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals, but with the new addition of Will Anderson. I think either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson can go here. I think most likely it's going to be Will Anderson due to Jalen Carter's incidents outside of football. If you do not know, I'll put it on the screen. But we got Kyler Murray starting off. Everyone's a huge hater of Kyler Murray. I like him. I'm going to say he's definitely, in my opinion, easily a top 15 QB. Some people will argue he's a top 10 QB. I'd put him around the 11 or 12th spot in terms of QBs. If you don't like my opinion, boo-hoo, too bad. But I think Kyler Murray, underrated player. It's just he has to deal with this for an offensive line, and he has to deal with, well, he had to deal with Cliff Kingsbury, which I didn't change as a coach. I forgot. I don't care. Anyways, running back wise, man, this is not a good group. I'm not going to lie. James Conner just isn't what he used to be, but he's still, don't get me wrong, he's still a decent player. He's just not what he used to be, obviously. D-Hop, we're going to trade in this rebuild because he's most likely going to be traded in real life. Rondale Moore, Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz, who's not going to stay here long. Entire offensive line needs to be revamped. Defensively, though, I mean, yeah, nice safeties, good linebackers here, especially with the signing Kazir White. You have no secondary, so they could go Devon Witherspoon here with this pick, but I think they are probably going to go and prioritize their defensive line because they have no pass rush. I mean, sure, Isaiah Simmons has the athleticism to do it, but I don't think he has the size to do it. Never mind, 6'4", 238. If he puts on like 20 more pounds, that can easily be a defensive end. I did not know Isaiah Simmons was 6'4". I thought he was like 6'1". Damn, okay. So there's a lot of potential here with this team. Let's see what we got for the 2022 retirements for the NFC West, and then we will go from there. NFC West looks like Matt Prater and our punter Andy Lee both retires. Head coach Pete Carroll retires. Let's see what we have for the players ready to negotiate, and we are going to have Greg Dortch, Auden Tate. I'm pretty sure they just signed in free agency, but he doesn't want to play here. Yeah, no one here I just don't really care about. I'm not going to sign in anyone in free agency, as always. I always skip out on it just in case I accidentally sign someone that signed someone else. So let's get to the draft. And with the third pick in the NFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Will Anderson, edge rusher out of Alabama, hidden dev, great size, great athleticism. Damn, this dude's 5 pounds heavier than Isaiah Simmons. So realistically, I guess we could make Isaiah Simmons an edge rusher because he's only 5 pounds heavier and he's the same height. Crazy what size and athleticism Isaiah Simmons has, and also Isaiah Simmons is extremely fast. I'm pretty sure he runs a 4.38. But anyways, let's get to the next pick. In the second round, I'm picking up halfback Jamar Gibbs out of Alabama, pairing it with his teammate. Receiving back, so will fit in the scheme. Great athleticism, decent size to him. I like this pickup. Now this is the team after the draft. Jamar Gibbs is already a 79 overall, so he's immediately going to be the starter. Defensively, Will Anderson is listed at left outside linebacker. I'm going to move him to left end. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. I know he plays off the edge in a 3-4 scheme. Guess what? We're not in a 3-4 scheme. I changed it to a 4-3 because that's the way I like it. So whether or not you like it, I don't care. He's moving to a 4-3 scheme. Will Anderson's an 80 off the edge there. Realistically, again, I could move Isaiah Simmons down just because he's 5 pounds lighter than Will Anderson. What is his finesse moves? I know his power moves probably aren't high. Yeah, finesse moves, block shedding isn't good, but he's so damn athletic. 85 hit power, 81 tackle as well, 85 pursuit. This is like crazy how good his athleticism is. Not even amazing in man coverage either, so it wouldn't be crazy to put him at the defensive end position, but I'm not going to do that. Definitely need some more DBs. I drafted DJ Turner in the third round. He's going to be the starter specialist. Will Anderson, Zayvon Collins, got all that. Jamar Gibbs is just going to be starting at everything, and he could even be a slot receiver with his receiving skills. That's crazy. And yeah, I think I like everything that we got here. I'm not going to complain. And oh, of course, can't forget to trade away DeAndre Hopkins, so let me go do that real quick. DeAndre Hopkins is off to the Baltimore Ravens for a second and a fifth round pick. I don't think there's going to be a team that's going to trade a first round pick for DeAndre Hopkins unless it's like a very back end first round pick, like pick 30 or something like that. But 2 and a 5, that seems fair to me. So we're trading DeAndre Hopkins to the Baltimore Ravens, making sure everything is still in its correct position. I think I honestly will have to refresh the roster Now that I hate that I have to always adjust things. Ooh, he's going to be our slot receiver as well as our starting running back. I don't think that's how this is going to work. We're going to put Stoner in the slot because that would be crazy if he got that many reps. But, yeah, I like everything that we got here. Make sure that DJ Turner is the starter. Apart from that, guys, let's move into our first season of this rebuild and move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 0-7. What happened? The team just said, nah. Okay, coming off a loss to the Packers. I guess we need offensive line that bad. Maybe D-line. I mean, we've already focused D-line by getting Will Anderson. I'm so confused. What? I guess offensive line has a lot to do in Madden. Has a lot to do with simulation in Madden. Is Jamar Gibbs starting as well? Just want to make sure. Wanted to get Rookie of the Year or something. He is starting. For some reason, he hasn't unlocked his development trait yet. But 0-7 is a rough start. I do not want to look at the mock draft because I don't care, and we're already projected to have the #1 pick, of course. But yeah, let's see the players ready to negotiate. Of course, not a good start. Cardinals fans, just give me a second. I'll fix it. Don't worry. Marquise Brown, I'll give a 4-year deal. He resigns to the receiver 1 on our team. Isaiah Simmons, I don't care what you want. I'm going to make sure that you stay here, and he doesn't want to resign. I'm going to make sure he stays. Kazir White, I got to increase this money a lot to get him to stay because in real life I know I got a longer contract. So I'll keep him for the rest of the rebuild. Maybe Will Hernandez can walk. Right tackle can walk. Our entire offensive line can just quit right now, and I'm pretty sure the team would be the same. Isaiah Simmons, I'm going to work out that contract a little bit later, but for right now, it's time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 4-13, bottom of the division, coming off a loss to the 49ers. Just L. L for us. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. Kyler did not do good. 28th best offense and the 11th best defense. 93 pass rating is not good. 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Jamar Gibbs, good rookie season, but only 3.4 per carry. Rondale Moore, 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards for Marquise Brown, 1,000 for Dylan Stoner in the slot. Okay, defensively, Isaiah Simmons, 125 tackles for a loss, 16 for Will Anderson, sacks 14.5 for Will Anderson. What a rookie season. Interceptions 3 for Budda Baker and Isaiah Simmons. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, hopefully we can pick it up in the next season. I'm probably going to trade out of the first round pick, but let's move in to the offseason. And DeAndre Hopkins loses in the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles. Darius Slay wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. And Will Anderson wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. So he should have at least Superstar Dev, if not X Factor maybe. Let's see what we got offensively for the upgrades. Gibbs has Superstar Dev. That's awesome to see. No other upgrades. Defensively, Will Anderson gets X Factor. Isaiah Simmons gets X Factor. That's huge. I really wish DJ Turner could have gotten star because our DBs suck. But let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC West, a bunch of 49ers retires. I'm pretty sure Brett Kern was the only actual 49er on there. Everyone else was just free agency signings. But Isaiah Simmons still doesn't want to be here. Don't care. Gonna give him all the money he wants in the world, increasing the living shit out of his bonus and giving him very player friendly as well. He resigns. He can't turn that down, of course. Everyone else here is garbage. My entire offensive line can walk. We have $70 million. Let's get to free agency. After free agency, I completely overpaid for Tristan Wirfs because he's going to be our future left tackle. And Trayvon Diggs, for some reason, wanted to be here. I guess because there's no competition at DB. But we signed them both. 2 great signings for this team. Let's get into the draft. So I'm going to accept this trade offer for the #1 overall pick from the Indianapolis Colts. I'm taking their pick 15, pick 24 projected next year, and then the 6th round pick this year. I think this is the best offer I can get. Sure, the Falcons are here, but they only offer a 4th round pick more, which really doesn't make a difference. I'd rather have the extra 3 spots in this draft, so I'm taking the offer from the Indianapolis Colts. And at pick number 15, where I traded back, I'm picking up defensive back Calvin Hamilton out of Temple. Great athleticism, 5'10", 195, man-to-man hidden dev corner. He's going to solidify our secondary. In the 2nd round, I'm picking up left guard Calais Mayweather, elite strength out of Tennessee, 6'2", 318, hidden dev, 92 strength. In the 3rd round, I'm picking up tight end Jake Dempsey to replace Zach Ertz out of LSU, 6'3", possession type, hidden development, decent athleticism. And in the 4th round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Tim Mack out of Kentucky, hidden development, 6'2", 304, 88 strength. We had an absolute baller draft. This is the team after the draft. For some reason, Mayweather is playing right guard. No. I'm going to use Andrew Webster, who I got in with my other 2nd round pick. move him to center, and then I think we should be good from there. And Mayweather's going to move back to left guard. DJ Humphries, can I cut him? He's honestly just, I can't cut him. His contract is too high, and for some reason he's a 5-star captain. But yeah, this is what we're rocking with. Huge improvements to the offensive line. Dempsey is going to start for sure. I'm sure move him to second string fullback. And yeah, like what we got. We still need another receiver though, in my opinion, a true wide receiver one. Mac, oh, looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Beckham. Ooh, and Hamilton is a 75 overall. We're gonna move him up. And yeah, again, the team looks great. Specialist, Cruz is going to be in the slot. Hamilton, we're going to move up. Mac, Beckham, we're going to move there. And yeah, like everything that we got, I don't really like that Isaiah Simmons is kind of rushing off the edge, but it's fine. Let's move in it to the midseason mark. Going from 0-7 to 7-0 the next year, that's how you flip the script. Love to see it. I think I'm going to scout defensive end here for the other side of the line. I don't know who's on the other side of the line, but they're not good enough. I think Will Anderson's the only edge rusher we got. Again, we could move Isaiah Simmons down. I'm really teetering the idea, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And looking at it, Budda Baker doesn't want to be here. Don't care. Sure, take a 6-year deal. And for some reason, okay, he just doesn't want to play. Rondale Moore, what is the problem? Doesn't like that we're the underdog. Have a shitty win percentage, and he doesn't have a mentor. Dude, I'm just going to have to pay him. Like, he resigns, I overpay for him. Zaven Collins, finally someone that actually does want to be here. 5-year deal. He wants me to bring the link down. Okay, Zach Ertz can walk. James Conner can walk. Everyone else here can walk. We're going to have to figure out a cap room problem because just nobody wants to play, and I can't keep overpaying for these guys. So let's move in it to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, going from 7-0 to 11-6, which I don't really like that much because we don't get a first-round bye. But hey, we win the top of the division here to face the 9-8 San Francisco 49ers, our division rivals. Stats and awards, Kyler Murray, a lot better season, still needs to improve his passer rating. 12th best offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense. 4,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 receptions. Not a bad ratio, but again, I guess he's just missing passes. 100 passer rating isn't horrible, but it's not also good. Rushing-wise, Jamar Gibbs, 13 touchdowns. James Conner, 13 touchdowns, having a way better average per carry, but not nearly as many attempts. 4.1 per carry, 1,100 yards. Great step up from the previous season, Jamar Gibbs. The rookie tight end, almost 100 receptions, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, great rookie season. And Rondale Moore, 1,000 yards. Looking at it defensively, Zaven Collins, 128 tackles for a loss, 15 for Will Anderson, sacks, 16 for Will Anderson as he continues to improve. Yeah, Cameron Thomas needs to go. Dude's on 4.5 sacks. Budda Baker, 4 interceptions. Trayvon Diggs, 4 interceptions. Safeties on the team is a 1 for Will Anderson, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see what we got here against the 9-8 San Francisco 49ers to move on to the divisional round, and we do not. 27-21, let's move on to the offseason. And the Panthers get their revenge on the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP is CJ Stroud. Kind of expect him to go there. Josh Allen wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Arizona Cardinals, unfortunately. But let's see what we got for the rookie upgrades, if there is any. Offensively, we have, okay, Mayweather gets star. Dempsey has superstar. That's awesome to see. And defensively, both of our defensive tackles have star dev, which isn't the best because going from a 68 all the way up in a rebuild is really hard for them. So they're not really going to develop much. Maybe I still need to sign defensive tackle. Hamilton only has star dev, so glad I didn't take him at number 1 because he was a top 10 prospect. Glad I traded back for him. So we have another 2 first-round picks this year. Let's get to the re-signings. In the NFC West, nobody retires, so let's look into the re-signings. Hopefully people want to play for us now that we were a playoff team, even though we didn't win anything. And Budda Baker still doesn't want to be here. Very player-friendly deal. Let's reduce it to 4 years and increase the bonus by an absolute mass ton, along with the salary by a little bit. And he resigns. That's cool. Zaven Collins, I gave him 5 years. Let's increase his bonus and slightly increase the salary. And he thinks free agency will last him in the long run. I do not think so, bud. I'm going to try and snag him in free agency because I'm not going to tag him for $20 million. I need that money. Let's move to free agency. So I accidentally forgot to show free agency. So we got Quinn Marrerez at right guard. We got Zaven Collins back, and I also signed Ernest Jones as depth. So in the draft, I'm probably going to draft a receiver, defensive end, or a defensive tackle. But anyways, it's now time to move into the NFL draft. In the first round, this guy didn't have the best skills. I mean, A, spec catch, B, short route's good, but D medium route, D deep route isn't good for a first round pick, but I saw 6'5", 217 with 93 speed at 6'5". I thought was crazy. He's easily going to be our wide receiver 1 on the team. Ramondre is going to move in the slot, and Hollywood Brown is going to be the number 2. In the second round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Quentin Jenkins out of Washington. Hidden dev, 86 strength, and good athleticism for defensive tackle. Now, this is the team after the draft. I'm going to move Black up to wide receiver 1 specialist. I'd like it to be Rondale Moore, but I guess they're not making it that. So he is just going to be wide receiver 1. Rondale Moore is probably not going to get a lot of reps then, but it's fine with me. And everyone else looks pretty good. Tyler Batty. Is this Tyler Batty? Am I tripping? No, it's Tyler Batty. Forgot about him, honestly. But yeah, Black is going to be the starter just because he's 6'5". Cousins going to be an outside linebacker. I didn't select him. Jenkins is going to be the starter. Why is this guy like, ugh, I hate it when it does that. He's a right end. Put him at right end, okay? Cut this guy just so that way my guy can start at right end. And we're going to move Carter up. And yeah, that should be good. DJ Turner, Virgil is only a 68. I picked him up in the 3rd round. Carter is going to start. Cousins is honestly not even a bad edge rusher. Jenkins, DJ Turner, Virgil, Black, got all of that. Gibbs is going to start at everything. And apart from that, guys, the team looks great as always. Let's move into the 3rd season and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark. As we are 5-2, top of the division, our team continues to dominate. Ooh, and never mind, our team rank sucks. So maybe we're just playing shitty opponents coming off loss to the Saints. Scouting national focus. I really don't know what else we need here. Maybe I'll go offensive tackle. Actually, we won't be able to develop one in time. We have depth at linebacker, so never hurts to have more depth at defensive back. So we're just going to keep going defensive back as we're about to move into the 4th and final season. So players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we're going to have here. As we have Jalen Thompson. That's a guy I want back. I'll just give him this base contract. And he wants to bring the length down. I thought you had interest in re-signing. What the hell? DJ Humphries. Okay, this is a contract I'm willing to sign. I wasn't going to pay him another $12 million a year. Cam Thomas can walk. Trey McBride. Not bad depth, honestly. Yeah, it's not bad depth. I'll honestly take him. Even though depth tight end really doesn't matter in Madden. Tyler Batty can walk. And yeah, we should be good from there. Thompson, I will resign. For some reason, he wants me to bring the length down, which doesn't make sense. Anyways, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 11-6, top of the division once again. I don't think anyone else in our division made it, so that's good. Here to face the 9-8 New Orleans Saints, who we lost to at the midseason mark. Kyler Murray, again, the pass rating's bad. He's really not improving. 18th best offense, 6th best defense. 4,600 yards, 31 touchdowns, 14 receptions, 97 pass rating. That's worse than the previous season. Jamar Gibbs, 12 touchdowns, 4.1 per carry, 1,200 yards. Kind of similar to last season. Marquise Brown, better than last season, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Torrey Cruz, the slot wide receiver, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. Black, Amare Black, decent rookie season, actually. That's not bad. And defensively, Isaiah Simmons, 114 tackles for a loss, 17 for Quentin Jenkins. The rookie, by the way, who's doing great. Sacks, 19.5 for Will Anderson as he continues to dominate. Jenkins, Marquise Carter as well, who's a first-round pick, ain't doing well, but Jenkins is doing good. And Isaiah Simmons, 6 interceptions is great to see. 0 safeties, defensive touchdowns is 1 for Isaiah Simmons, Jalen Thompson, and Budda Baker. Okay. Got the safeties all going in because, of course, Isaiah Simmons used to be a safety. Let's see if we can beat the 9-8 New Orleans Saints to get our first playoff win of the video, and we do. Here to face the 12-5 Minnesota Vikings to move on to the conference championship. Can we do it? And we do not. 39-32, let's move into the 4th and final season. Panthers win another Super Bowl, this time Shaq Thompson is the Super Bowl MVP as the Panthers beat the Steelers. Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl MVP, not Super Bowl MVP, the league MVP, my bad. There are no awards here for the Arizona Cardinals. But let's see if there is any development upgrades for your team, and let's see what we got here offensively. We have nobody, unfortunately. Black is only a start ev. That's fine, I guess. Cousins is only a start ev. Jenkins is a superstar. That's awesome. Carter doesn't get a development upgrade, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's about it. That's all I can see. We need to re-sign Jalen Thompson, so let's move into that. In the NFC West, nobody retires for the Arizona Cardinals and for the rest of the division even. Players ready to negotiate. I'm going to negotiate with Jalen Thompson again. For some reason, he wanted less years, but I'll just increase his bonus because I think that's what he wants. And he re-signs. And Cameron Thomas, Tyler Batty, everyone else here can walk. Don't have an interest. Fourth and final season. We have 51 million to spend. Let's hit free agency. After free agency, I got Chris Olave because all the linemen just didn't want to sign with me. So I guess I just picked up another receiver to help our offense because that's the real struggle of this team. So let's move into the draft. Probably going to trade away my picks. I am now trading away a 2, a 3, and a 4 for the super old Ryan Jensen, but it's the fourth and final season, so I don't care. Trading away all of my draft capital to upgrade at the offensive line position, specifically center here, and I'm now going to trade for a right tackle. I am now trading away my 1, 3, and my 5 for 89 overall Braden Smith from the Indianapolis Colts. Now, of course, as always in the fourth and final season, I never have any draft capital because I traded away to go all out, so let's move into the end of the draft. So this is your Super Bowl contender team going into the fourth and final season. Our lowest overall offensive lineman is an 82 overall star dev, then the rest of them are crazy good. Our offense should be nothing less than fantastic. 4 great wide receivers, a superstar tight end, great offensive line, superstar quarterback, and running back defense. It's been top 10 almost every single season, so we've been very, very good, and I don't see a problem with this team at all. We should have no sweat getting into the playoffs. It just depends how far we can make it into the playoffs, so let's move into it. Here we are in the playoffs, having our best season yet, losing to the Broncos, which could have potentially made us a first-round bye. Unfortunately, we're going to have to play the 8-9 division rivals, the San Francisco 49ers. 12-5, top of the division, Kyler Murray. Yeah, he's not really that good. 17th best offense, 4th best defense. Sure, it's probably the best pass rating he's had the entire rebuild. 12 interceptions linked, but 28 touchdowns to 12 interceptions is not a great ratio. 4,400 yards. Jamar Gibbs, 5.0 per carry, 16 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Continues to improve every season, and he did great this year. Chris Olave, 1,100 yards. Rondale Moore, 1,000 yards. And Marquise Brown, 1,000 yards as well. Defensively, Zaven Collins, 131 tackles for a loss. 17 for Will Anderson. 26.5 sacks for Will Anderson. He's going crazy. 10.5 sacks for Isaiah Simmons. I guess he played off the edge. Interceptions, 6 for Jalen Thompson, which is great to see. Safeties, 1 for Isaiah Simmons. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So Will Anderson has been a beast his entire career. Please don't tell me we're going to be a first-round exit after going 12-5. Let's beat our division rivals, 8-9 Niners. Here to face the 12-5 Minnesota Vikings again, but this time we get home field advantage. I'm going to hop into this considering we haven't won the divisional yet, so let's move into it. Here we are against the Minnesota Vikings at State Farm Stadium. 3-0 start for us, 3-3 in the second quarter. Only 6-minute quarters, though. 10-3, 10-10, 10-17. Okay, good first half. Come on, 2-score lead. There we go, 10-24. Okay, that's game. That's wrap. 17-31. Just don't choke it away. 17-31. We're going to be moving on to the conference championship for the first time in a long time. Here we are against the Carolina Panthers in the conference championship. Y'all remember this in 2015? I thought for sure the Cardinals were going to the Super Bowl. I was wrong, but here to face the 14-3 CJ Stroud Carolina Panthers. Here we are in Carolina, 7-0 start for the Panthers. We strike back with 3 points. They're going to do it again. 6-10. Come on, let's get in the end zone. Can we try to do that, guys? Because our defense is actually holding up kind of well, but our offense is doing nothing, as always. Come on, offense. Let's wake up. 13-10 in the fourth quarter. 13-13. I don't like this. Key moments. Third down alert. End game drive. Come on. Big field goal kick. What are we doing? 4th and 1? Hell no, I'm not going for a field goal on 4th and 1. I'm going to play this out right out the clock, and then that's going to be game. Let me play this. And for the game winner, it is up. It is good. 16-13. Your Arizona Cardinals are going back to the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can get the Arizona Cardinals their first ever Super Bowl win in history. Here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the 12-5 Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like I always have to play the Bengals. I'm pretty sure this is the 4th time in a row I've played the Bengals in simulation with all my rebuilds. But with the team upgrades, nobody gets any offensively and defensively. Oh, it looks like Hamilton gets superstar dev. That's nice to see. And Jalen Thompson also gets superstar dev. But anyways, let's see if we can beat the Cincinnati Bengals to cap off this video. Let's move into it. And here we are in Miami, 7-0 start for the Bengals, 7-7. I'm just glad we made it here. I was honestly surprised we made it this far. 7-14, 7-16, so I guess we got a safety at one point. 7-19, 14-19. Okay, 21, 22-19. We're choking this. 29-26, and we're going to lose. Ugh, damn. Still a successful rebuild because we made the Super Bowl, but it's unfortunate that we were unable to cap it off that way. to cap it off in a win. But still, successful rebuild. We were able to make the Super Bowl. Cardinals have never won a Super Bowl in history, and not even in the simulation, unfortunately. Maybe with another year I could have done it, but I'm not going to do another year. So anyways, Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. There are no words here for your Arizona Cardinals. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you like and or subscribe if you have made it this far. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.